Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the business news here on MiddayLive. My name is Alfred Akanse. Let's go on to our first story this afternoon. The Deputy Commissioner in charge of policy and programs of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Edward Jamra, has called on businesses to be tax compliant and to have clean books to qualify them to obtain withholding tax exemption certificates. He was speaking at a stakeholders seminar held by the authority for members of the Advertising Association of Ghana on the new income tax law.
The new Income Tax Law, Act 896, was enacted with the aim of revising and consolidating the many scattered tax laws and amendments into one document. But since it came into force in January this year, its implementation has seen difficulties with many taxpayers. Already, the Act has seen 3 amendments to it. One stakeholder which has been affected is the Advertising Association of Ghana. They complain the 7.5% withholding tax takes away all their revenue and requires them to finance their clients' activities as part of their tax. They also complain that due to the nature of their work, the date for filing withholding tax returns does not help them.
This was essentially a meeting to Georgia for us to get a better understanding of the tax law, which is what the GRA presented. For GRA to get a better understanding of our industry and how it works and the challenges we face with cash flow, with payments, with all of those things. And then outside of that, to be able to then agree, given each party's understanding of the other's constraints or ways of working, agree on a system that makes it easy or easier for advertising agencies to comply with the tax regulations.
The Deputy Commissioner in charge of policy program of the GRA, Edward Jamra, explained GRA's position on the issue raised by the advertisers.
Withholding tax principle is very clear. It is on the gross amount. So the most important thing is that the tax has been withheld on the gross amount. So if, for instance, the amount is 100 Ghana cedi, the withholding tax of 7.5% is on the 100 Ghana cedi. How are we going to distribute the withholding tax on the 100? We have to agree with the association.
He said it is possible for them to obtain withholding tax exemption certificates.
My advice to all media houses is they should put their records in order, especially with their tax records, and ensure that they are complying with the tax laws. And once that is done, you can apply for an exemption, and the exemption will be granted by the Commissioner General.
He said it gets progressively worse. The producer price inflation for March 2016 is 14.3%, down from 14.5% in February, representing a 0.2% decline. According to the Deputy Government Taxation, Bao Wadia, the decline is as a result of a base drift effect brought by the decline in the mining and quarrying and utility subsector and the appreciation in the value of the cedi.
Producer Price Inflation, or Index PPI, measures the average change over time in the prices received by domestic producers for the production of their goods and services. The Producer Price Index for the month of March stood at 14.3%, a 0.2% decline from 14.5% in February.
The decrease in the inflation rate in the mining and quarrying subsector and the utilities subsector. For the mining and quarrying, the decrease in the inflation was due more to a base drift effect. And for the utilities, the slight decrease in the inflation from 43.9% in February to 43.4% in March was a result of the appreciation in the value of the cedi, and this affected electricity exports.
The implication is that government revenue is likely to decrease from taxation as prices of commodities also fall.
Generally, the decrease implies that they are receiving slightly less in terms of cedis than what they received previously.
The utilities subsector recorded the highest year-on-year producer price inflation rate of 43.4%, followed by the manufacturing subsector with 10.1%. The mining and quarrying subsector recorded the lowest year-on-year inflation rate of 6.9%. The figures for the month of March 2016 are provisional and are subject to revision when additional data becomes available.
All right, so that's it for business.